Hello, it's Jane here. I am up at the plot at the end of March, which for this year, for me, is extremely special because today I am going to be partaking in the first part of the Transatlantic Melon Challenge. Now, if you don't know what that is, and believe you me, I'm sure many of you don't, I'll put a link up wherever the links go. And basically what it is I, as a novice melon grower, I'm going to attempt to grow some lovely melons this year, and so is my friend Jim over in the States, and we're just going to have a little competition, see who does best, what we do, how we get those melons to grow, and hopefully we've got as many of you as possible joining in with us. So yeah, so we've had to wait until sort of this weekend really to get started. It is still a little bit early. I mean, really, you wouldn't normally plant your melons until, it just makes me laugh every time I say it. You wouldn't plant your melons, I'm sorry, until mid-April, a little bit later than that. But we really wanted to get this, I'm not going to call it, it's not a competition, this challenge underway. So we thought if we do ours now, then you can either join in and do yours at the same time, or maybe by the time you watch this, it will be mid-April. It could be 2030, I don't know. But you've got plenty of time to catch up. So anyway, before I get blown away, I'm going to take you into the greenhouse and I'll show you the seeds that I'm talking about. Oh, it's a little bit better in here, which is just as well because we are going to want these warm conditions. Oh, you see, I've learned something already for our melons. So if I haven't shown you before, let me just show you quickly what I've got. I have got the melon seeds that Jim sent me, which are the watermelon sugar baby. I hope you can see that. You're actually outside the greenhouse and I'm inside keeping warm. The other ones, which are the Minnesota midget. And then along with them, because why not, I am going to be planting some cucumbers that I've never grown before, to be honest. I usually grow market more. But these are called Pissandra. They're an F1 variety, and these were sent to me by the lovely Joanne in a box full of seeds from the seed box, which really was so generous of her. And because I hadn't chosen the seeds, they're varieties that I've not necessarily grown before. So it's really exciting to try something new. So I've got my cucumbers and I've got my melons. Why are you doing them all at the same time, Jane? I'll tell you. Because they are going to grow next to each other. Yes, they're going to be companions. Now, some people say, believe you me, I've been all over Google trying to find this out. Some people say, do not grow cucumbers and melons together because if one gets a disease, they'll all get it. But the majority of people say they are fine to grow next to each other because they need the same conditions. They like warmth and humidity. And really, if you've never had trouble or never had any problems with cucumbers or melons in the past and your soil's clean, you've really got nothing to worry about. So that and the fact that I haven't got that much space means that I'm going to grow them all in the same place anyway, but not all of them. Some of them are going to go with the cucumbers, and I'll show you where I'm going to put them in a minute. And some of them will be adorning an arch in the polytunnel. But let's bring you in close and I'll show you how I'm going to do it. Okay, if there are any grannies out there, I apologise profusely in advance for teaching you how to suck eggs because complete disclaimer here, I am a complete newbie at melon growing, and that, to be honest, is why I thought this might be interesting because I'm not an expert. I tried to grow one last year. I was given a seedling, it died. So, you know, given the opportunity, I thought I'd give it another go. So don't worry if you've not done it before because I certainly haven't, but we can only try. Right, let me show you. I have got, look at this, my labels are ready. You see those? Very pleased with those. My pots are ready. I've just got to fill them up. And again, I know I said last time that I always mix some vermiculite in with my potting compost to make it a bit lighter, but I know that melons and cucumbers like nice moist soil. So this time I'm not going to. I'm just going to use my multi-purpose potting compost that I use for anything and everything, because this is probably going to remain in this pot now for about, I don't know, at least 6 weeks. So it's going to need a little bit of space to grow, and also it's going to need all the nutrition it can get from the soil. Now, first things first, I've got to find, there's a, oh bless him, look, Jim's put a little thing on saying open. It's just as well. He knows who he's dealing with. Right, okay. I've only got, I've got 6 of these. Okay. What I'm going to do, these are the Minnesota midget. Can you see those? Cute little melon seeds there. And I am going to put one in at a time. Now, look, you see, already I'm thinking, why didn't you do your pots first? They are, you see, lesson learned. It's all about learning, isn't it? I've also just realised I've got my microphone right up against my scarf, so if you've heard any rustling, it's not a mouse, it's my scarf. So already I've got 2 pots, and I'm going to put the melon seed in at about, I'm saying ½ an inch. That's gone in a bit deeper, doesn't matter. Actually, I'm going to show you again. What I do think matters though, again, this is courtesy of Mr. Google, here we are, is, that was a bit deep, you put it in, can you see that, on the edge. If you put it in flat, apparently it can rot. So I've put both of those in on the edge, lightly cover them up, and put in the labels. Now, I'm so nervous about getting these mixed up that I've not only just done labels for them, but I've also, where is it? Well, I've lost one of the labels already. There we go, typical, isn't it? I've also colour-coded the pots, in that the Minnesota midgets are going to have black pots, the watermelon are going to have grey pots, and the cucumber are going to have red pots. I've been that nervous about it. First of all, about losing these seeds before I came down, but also, about actually forgetting what they are once they're in there, because let's face it, once you've got a squash growing, and I know this from experience, they all look the same. So there we go. Same again with the watermelon. This time I'm going to fill all the pots up first. They should take apparently between 4 to 10 days, which to me rounds up to a nice week, before you start to see any leaves. And it's only really once you've got, say, about 4 leaves on. I'm saying all this, I've read this. It's not from experience whatsoever. But once they've got about 4 leaves on, they're looking quite healthy. That's, and when your daytime temperatures have started to rise a little, not just your daytime but your nighttime ones, you can then start to harden them off by putting them outside in the day, bringing them back in at night. So there we go again. This one, watermelon. Can you hear that wind? Brought you indoors now. Now I've got quite a lot of watermelon, but I'm just going to do 4 today. Again, pop them in. One, it is much easier if you've got your soil done beforehand. You can see these seeds are slightly different, like they are when you eat them. They're black seeds, aren't they? Whereas your cantaloupes have always got the white seeds in them. Now you see, that's why you should never look away. Someone's going to tell me that I've put 2 in one of these pots, but I don't think so. Right, so that is the melons done. Now the reason I haven't used all of the seeds, because I've got about 6 of these seeds left, is because I'm going to do a later sowing. So if anything happens to these seeds, I have got some spare. Like I say, we've got plenty of time. We actually, this is a little bit earlier than I know Jim would normally do. So we've got to try and keep them. We don't want to force them too much. We've got to have them growing slowly and steadily indoors at a reasonable temperature. I mean, really, it says between 18 and 21 degrees. That's a cucumber, that's a cucumber, that's a cucumber. That's a sugar baby. So I'm going to start them off in the heated propagator at home. and then I am going to put them on the windowsill, and then it'll be time to start hardening them off. So there we go. Sugar Baby, Minnesota Midget. I mean, it's so easy, isn't it, really? It is just worth a go. It's one of those things. I thought, oh no, I've not grown melons before. But how do you know unless you try it whether you're going to be any good at it or not? Okay. And the last ones. Now again, I was saying about cucumbers. Some people say you should grow them with melons. Some say you shouldn't. Basically, they're the same family, but they can't cross-pollinate. Something to do with male and female flowers. And really, unless you've had a problem with either of the crops before, so whether your melons had a disease or, I don't know, your cucumbers had, is it cucumber beetle, mosaic virus, all that sort of thing, there's no need to worry really, apparently. But again, we'll find out, won't we? Some of these are going to be planted with the cucumbers and some won't, so that'll be a bit of a test. Last one. And as ever, before I take these home and put them in the propagator, I will give them a very fine sprinkling of water on the top, and then sit them in a bath of water for about an hour, just so they can soak water up from underneath. Oh, my battery's going. Right, hurry up, Jane. Okay, cucumbers. Now again, this one says, these in particular are very good, resistant to powdery mildew. Okay, they look more like the cantaloupe melons, don't they? Oh, and I haven't got my scissors with me. Oh, there we go. How to ruin your teeth. Some people say lay them flat. Some people say put them on their side. I am going to put them on their side in the same way as I did with the melons, because I don't want them to rot. Now, shout at the screen as much as you like. That is the way I normally do them. I have been growing cucumbers for years, and you know it's not usually a problem. So yeah, that's them done. Right, so soon I'll be taking those home, putting them under a little plastic hat on my heated propagator and just keeping an eye on them. But not until I've put my labels in and I've shown you where I'm going to put them. Okay, the sugar melon, no, the sugar baby melon, the watermelon, are going to be going down there at that end of the greenhouse, which looks quite grim at the minute, but actually it's a really good spot for them. It gets very, very warm. We rarely open the door at the end, but we can do if we need to. But it's the perfect place because I'm going to put the cucumbers either side of them. Last year I had cucumbers down one side and peppers down the other. The peppers didn't do very well. But because they both like similar conditions, they like the warmth and they also like humidity, I'm thinking of, oh now hold on, I'm going to have to try and get around the tripod with this. Oi! That wasn't me, that was the door. Ow! Okay, I don't know if you can see. Can you see me? Yes, you can see me. Okay, I'm going to try and attach temporarily some sort of plastic, I said the P word, plastic covering either from here or across here, so that we can sort of try and keep the humidity in this end of the greenhouse. I'm hoping the vine's going to be okay with it. If that's going to start signs of mildew or looking like it's suffering because of the humidity, then I'll just take it off. But I thought it would be a good idea to try and just to try and get an edge on Jim. So yeah, so they are going to be grown vertically. So if I do my flight attendant thing, vertically across and possibly along the wires that I've got for the grapevine. Work in progress, as I say, as it always is. Okay, same again at the other end here. My battery is about to go, so I'm going to be very quick, I promise. Let's come and have a look. This is where I had cucumbers last year, and I had the tiny melon that grew to about yay big on that side. But this year that soil is going to be enriched so much, they're going to do really well. So yeah, climbed around the arch, hopefully. Again, if we need extra airflow, we'll just open this door at the back, but hopefully being at this end of the tunnel, we tend to use that door, so this end will be slightly more humid, if you like. It won't dry out as much as that end, but the main thing will be to get their feet in some really, really rich soil. I hope that wasn't my battery going. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there because the battery is about to go. Oh, it's the blooming those. Do join in. It's all going on now. Hopefully you'll all be getting your melon seeds in. Get pictures up on Instagram. Get your pictures up on Facebook, on the Facebook group. All the links are down below. We really, really want to know how you're getting on with this, because it's only through communicating with each other that we're all going to learn. So, and me, I'm the first in the queue for wanting to pick up some tips as to what to do. So yeah, get your melon seeds. Don't worry if you haven't got any yet. Do them in a couple of weeks, okay? But have a look at the links, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to have a melon bounty this year. Take care. See you soon.